welcome to my channel, or welcome back. Today we're going to be painting a scene from the new Hunger Games movie, The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. This is going to be a scene of Tigress. To save some time in the video, I've already put down a sketch, which is right now looking a little bit more like Elizabeth Moss, but I really wanted to focus on the painting. So here is the palette that I'll be using. This is Holbein Gouache in the Autumn palette. So I haven't even seen this movie yet, but it keeps popping up all over my TikTok feed, and I feel like I've pretty much spoiled the whole movie for myself. I think I've seen all of it through like TikTok parts. So yeah, that's why I decided to go along with the scene. Here I am starting to build up shadows and skin tone, and when I'm waiting for that to dry, I move on to her clothing, and then my camera ended up dying, so I just went ahead and put some color in her hair, and now I'm going in with some more shadows. One thing that I'd really like to get better at is working in layers more rather than mixing the, like, for example, skin tone on my palette and just putting it right on the paper. I feel like working with those layers, even in clothing and hair and the shadows, it helps give it more dimension and almost a more realistic feel to the painting, even if it's not a hyper-realistic painting. And of course, it would not be one of my videos without a cameo from one of my children. So here is my son's arm. He's trying to help me paint. Something else I'd like to work on is incorporating backgrounds into my art. Usually, if I'm painting or drawing a portrait, I'll just have them sitting on a blank page and not really focus on what's going on behind them. So I try to keep the background with this one really simple, and I try to make it almost like an abstract version of what was going on behind her. And while I'm not super happy with how it came out, I am really glad that I decided to put a background in. It makes it feel like she actually belongs in the space than just floating on a blank page. I also wish that I taped off my edges on this. I'm not entirely sure why I didn't, but usually I would. At this point, I was just stalling on working any more on the face. I think my least favorite part about doing a portrait is the eyes because they can turn out really bad really fast. So I was going back and forth between the hair and the clothes, and then finally I was like, I just need to get the rest of the face done. So I actually ended up forgetting to record the whole process of doing this eye. So I did that off camera, and I don't know if it's easier to work on both eyes at the same time or to do them one at a time like I did here. But usually I'll do them one at a time because I'm so afraid of them looking cross-eyed or not like having the right expression or looking the right way, and then I have to restart. And I'm still pretty new to gouache, so I didn't want to keep messing up and going over the eye multiple times and turning it into a muddy mess. But I think that they turned out fine and I'm happy with it. The only thing that I changed about the face after this is the mouth. I think it was just a little bit too small for her face, so I just made it a little bit wider. You'll see in a little bit. Here I am going in and making the background a little bit darker. I felt like she was just blending in a little too much with it, so I just added a little bit more gray, and then I started working on blending out some of the harsh lines on her face. And with this last bit of blending, here is the finished scene from The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. Thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed seeing my painting process, and I'll see you in my next video.